support, because one of the advantages over AMD has over Intel is the fact that every time Intel brings out a new CPU, you need a new socket, so you've got to buy a new motherboard. With AMD, you can actually interchange them. The only difference is if you have an AMD 4, you can use an AMD 5 on that motherboard, but you won't be able to access some of the features that the AMD 5 has. And they are still keeping that feature going from what they were saying in the interview. USB issues, I'm not sure about that. I've had USB issues with mine.
The only USB issue I've had was my Corsair mechanical keyboard. It's got a USB pass-through for the back socket, and for some reason that caused my basically USB hub in the motherboard, so like 4 of the ports, I'd have a panic. Under Windows it would basically just disconnect everything, wait 3 seconds and reinitialize it, and under Linux it would go, nope, that's busted, and just turn it off. So I'd leave the mouse, keyboard, microphone, and headphones.
Well, this motherboard I got has got 11 USB ports and 2 Thunderbolt, is it? Thunderbolt or something like that? Or 2 or 3 of those. But if I plug in more than 3 USB, well, actually 1, 2, 3, 4 USB. Well, actually I've got more than that. I've got the, hang on, I've got the keyboard, the mouse, the microphone, the headphones. Oh, I was counting them, but I stopped. So, yep. And 5, okay, 6. If I go to 6, if I plug one more in, it won't work, whatever I plug in.
Too much of the bus power being shared around.
Yeah, but surely that's an issue that they would fix. Wouldn't that be a BIOS thing, something to do with the BIOS that they would have fixed? I would assume so, because that's a major issue, AF.
Yeah, it depends on the devices, because I think it was the USB standard allows for 1,000 milliamps, what that converts to. Yeah, 1,000 milliamps worth of draw per, call it circuit. And traditionally, it was either 2 or 4 USB ports share as a single circuit. So if you had like a 6-port, you basically have a 4-way and a 2-way. Something like a mouse only uses like 100 milliamps, and then keyboard would be 500 milliamps. Headphones another 500 milliamps. So technically, keyboard and keyboard and headphones would pull the 1,000 from that circuit.
Okay.
There's something about it. It's one of those things that obviously the designers are supposed to do it, and Windows is smart enough to go, hey, you don't have enough power to power these devices, but it's USB. Things can be a bit weird, especially with ordering, because I like to have a mouse and keyboard on the first 2 ports and then everything else afterwards, but it's like, one day the VR headset doesn't want to play nice, even though it's self-powered, so typically it draws 0 milliamps. But if it's running on my port next to the portable hard drive, they argue for traffic and then get headset lag.
I haven't tried it on Windows 11 yet. Where's the tip? I was just going to dump this and then go into the next field.
That's right, I left it back at the silo.
You need to feed the chickens first anyway, dude.
No, we can use what I'm about to put in it. Alright, let me go over to the cows and buy some cows, eh?
Otherwise, powered USB hub's not a bad idea, but it's one of those things that, you can get like a, 7 or 13 port USB hub, but it starts to become, how much traffic you can try to pull through it. Because, USB 2 and even USB 3 has plenty of speed behind it, but could have sworn they also have a lowest common denominator problem. So if you have, you know, 3 USB hard drives and a single USB 2 thumb drive, then they're all going to run at USB 2 speed or something silly. Right, at the very least, they conflict with each other. Hardware, fun times.
Oh, I bought 60 because it gives us room to fill it up with. Because I think this is the 80. So with the silage, Smitty, you can just bring it into the feeder. The straw, you can bring some into the feeder as well, and you'll buy some hay.
Don't the bales need time to turn into silage?
I don't know, do they?
I'm actually not sure. I know the contract ones aren't.
Yeah, I thought it was just a full fat seasons thing, so giant seasons, no? Question mark?
Yeah, no, I know the seasons. I'm just the original seasons, yeah, but I'm not sure that the Giants one, same as Patrio. Not sure.
We will see in a minute, won't we?
Because I just walk up to it, we should get the info box saying what it is, though.
You can need an autoloader for all our products. Well, that took all of that wheat. Interesting.
If you're dealing with the chickens, that's, was it 380 out of 400 or something?
Where's this at? Where am I at on the map?
It's still grass.
Son of a gun!
The bale is still grass. It needs fermenting time.
Oh, it's where the beehives are. So this is
Yeah,
our area.
The flatbed trailer is for the honey pellets. It's the other side of the building. And if you look at that barn next to the honey pellet area, that's where I saw that little trailer collectible.
Yeah, we definitely need an autoloader for the pellets. And, okay, that's interesting. I forgot to change my blimmin' settings on Logitech. So one of my buttons isn't working.
This baler only does the smallest bales, which is a bit sad. But you know.
Well, once we get, actually we could probably, I'll check it in a second. We can get a loan if we need to.
Yeah.
And we can rethink our field structure, as in what crops we're going to put in. Oh, this does straw as well. What am I doing? Canola. Since when does canola have straw?
Normally a mod though.
Actually, yeah, I can't think about it. Yeah, it happened the first time I played this other one, and then it stopped doing it. So we're definitely going to need grass fields for the, because we'll get sheep as well, for the sheep and cows. We'll buy that area with the placemills, even though it's a little bit of a drive, and we'll put down the fermenting silo and hay dryer. Then we can sell the baler and get ourselves a loading wagon, because we won't need the baler anymore.
Mm-hmm. Which means we don't need the bale loader either after.
Yeah, or the wind dryer actually, because we might go with a better mower that wind dries.
Yeah, I was about to say, then we need another mower too.
Let's get our shopping list up and running, shall we? So what should we do then? But we need something to feed the chickens that we can sell as well, so we'll have a field at least for with wheat or barley we can alternate, whatever they take. Should we do pigs as well? What do you reckon?
I mean, why not?
You can put that down at the bottom of the list to worry about. We just got to figure out what we need for the pig food. Because I haven't done pigs in so long, I forget what they eat. I know it's sugar beet and potatoes.
Either sugar beet or potatoes, either wheat or barley, and either corn or soybean.
Actually, Stevie will have a pig food mixer we could put down anyway and see what that takes. Work it from there.
The simple answer to that question is a bit of everything. It's by category anyway. So like grains, proteins, and what the corn comes under.
No. That's the fun part. We need, the one I have at least, mixes, I think, sugar beet, soybeans, and wheat, or potatoes, barley, and corn.
Oh, Patrio, do you want to, after you empty that lot of straw out, do you just want to go off and sell that and buy us a bigger loading wagon? Because we're going to need it for the grass anyway.
Can do.
You can get one of Stevie's one with the optional capacity. Don't have to go all the way up, we can adjust it later on. We'll just probably go the mid-range, whatever it is, 100,000 or whatever, depending on which one you go for. Surprise us!
Yeah, speaking of surprises, the fire department's been updated. Okay. Paid cash for my fuel yesterday, and at the gas station servo, or however you want to call it, 80 cents change. I'm thinking to myself, oh great, I'm going to get a 5, 10, 20 and 50 cent bit. No, the guy gives me 80 cents worth of 5 cent pieces. Thanks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm just like, I haven't used cash for at least a few years now, at least not on the regular, but recently sold my car, well, sold my old car with 500 cash in hand. And, yeah, so I've been like trying to get rid of these $100 notes. It's annoying because I don't want to be that guy trying to buy a $5 item with a $100 note. And, so I was like 80 something dollars worth of fuel plus a drink and water. I'm like, okay, that's a good excuse to crack up a $100 note. And yeah, it's 80 cents worth of change and 5 cent pieces. I'm like, oh, that's going in the tin.
She was very surprised the other day. My mother got petrol and she put $35 in the car and got 11 litres for it. And just for reference for you guys in America, that is, hang on, let me see.
4 gallons.
Almost 3 gallons. How much did you say, Smith?
Isn't a gallon 3 liters, not 4?
4 litres for an American gallon, 4.5 litres for an Imperial
Really?
gallon. Yep.
Okay, then I did the math wrong all that years. I always thought a gallon is 3 liters. Well, then I'm even more angry at the Americans for moaning about $5 for a gallon. For $5, I don't even get half a gallon in Germany.
No, I know that because we used to sell, when I worked at a petrol station, we used to sell petrol tins. Well, they weren't tins. Well, they were tins, but it was actually the plastic ones. And they would have on this one side, because you would have the little clear bit to see how much was in it. And on the left-hand side of it, there would be what it is in litres. And then on the other side, it'll be in fluid ounces or whatever it is. And then when it hit 4 litres, equal to 4 litres across the other side, it said gallon US. And then when it hit 4.5, it said gallon imperial.
It's almost the short tongue and the long tongue thing all over again.
What? And the who now?
I think the long tongue is the standard ton of 1,000 kilos, and you've got the short ton, which is the American version of 1 ton, but the weight is spelled slightly different, so it's not quite a ton either, it's pronounced a ton.
Kids always need to hear special.
All I'm thinking is the, from The Incredibles, a ton is a ton.
Have you guys seen how many trees are around this map? Which is one of the things I like about this map. And eventually we'll go for a drive around the map so you can just see how beautiful Stevie's made this edit. It just feels more rural than the Giants one. But yeah, I'm just looking at all the trees and I'm just thinking to myself, you know, it would take 3 days in game to get from his driveway to the road with all these trees around.
Yes, it would.
Oh, okay. Speaking of which, I'm going to take off that Twitch one for old Bucky there, but there's some links to good friends of mine. We've got Mr. Ducks Oily, who's primarily YouTube only now, so I'm going to get rid of the Twitch one, but he does Let's Plays on 3 different maps on Farming Sim, and there might be, I don't know if I can say this or not, I think it's a safe bet actually, and it's okay. Stevie's doing currently working on a 4 times map edit of this, and I'm sure Mr. Ducks Oily will be the one to be offered to do the map review for it. And he also does other mod reviews as well. We just recently did one with the Dragon's Den mod pack, and if you don't know what that is, it's all basically production. There's some amazing stuff added in. Different stuff like making fruit salads and all sorts of stuff there. So go and have a look on his channel for that mod review. That was yesterday actually. And then yeah, I think he's got the Southern Cross Station, which is the Australian map. By the way, Western Australia, my favourite map from 19. Not that I played many maps on 19, I just got sick of 19 and stopped playing. But I didn't get through the amount of maps I normally get through, which was a shame because I had Mr. Aussie Farmers Ningham Farms there, which I did want to play, but I just couldn't bring myself to playing Farming Sim 19 anymore. But Western Australia was one of the first maps I got, and I absolutely loved that map. And someone has released it. Farmer Bob, I think his name is. He has released it with permission, from what I gather, from Deacon Kane, who was the original map author. The 4 times Western Australian map for FS22. Yeah, well, if you update it for 22 or AF, I won't miss out, will I? Have you got plans for that? I know I've asked you, but with my great memory, I forget. I think you said no. You were busy with other projects, weren't you? Anyway, that's Ducks Early. Then we got the Mr. Frifgar, who I was just joking about. The man that can find a tree in a desert with his car. And
Simply thinking about it is a great skill.
in the desert. Yeah, Frithgar's awesome. He does time lapses. He does 2 a week, really good time lapse with an amazing story to it. And he does a couple of let's plays. He does a hardcore series one, which he's just started on a new map. I think it's Calm Lands or
Calm Lands. Yeah, he just started that one this week.
Yep, he just started that one this week, and he gives himself a little goal on a certain amount of episodes to make it, and if he doesn't, he gets a penalty. And he got a penalty from the last one because he didn't end up making the goal, so he ended up with a $5 million overdraft. He's got to pay back this time, so he's got to deal with that while trying to get the goal at the end of this series. And he also has a semi-play around type series as well on what map's that? Black Sheep Modding.
Reserve Forest.
Oh, Reserve Forest. That's right.
I always call it Risotto Forest.
So yeah, the other one is time lapse in the Black Sheep Modding one, which I forget. Old Streams Farm.
Old Stream Farm, yeah.
Yeah, it's doing time lapse on that one. And yeah, Frith's good. It's got a great sense of humour. He used to be a farmer too, so you get some really interesting farming stories. He's a bit of a cheeky character, and some little bit of interesting tidbits about the farming equipment and how to do things and all that. But then again, it's been a while since he's been farming. It might have been outdated like he is.
He is starting back up on farming on his dad's farm though.
Yeah, he's been doing a vlog of that, but he hasn't released one for a while because he was actually busy working on his father's farm, helping him out there. So they might be coming back in.
And he got to play around with a really big digger. The first video on that stuff should be coming out today, in fact. It's Saturday, so Saturday is vlog day.
And who else we got there? We got Mr. Panda, who does farming sim video streams. I don't know if he does anything else, because sort of the similar thing as I'm doing this now. He's asleep, so when he gets to do his thing, I'm asleep. So we tend to miss each other, so I don't know what he's up to. Even though there is a notification in Frithcord, which is Frithgar's Discord. And I would add it to my Discord, but the bot we use, which I use on my Discord, we used to use in Frithcord, and when we first used it in Frithcord, the announcement for Twitch and YouTube was free. But now if you want it, you've got to upgrade to the premium. You've got to pay for that privilege. So that we got there. And we got Mr. Feedy, who does iRacing, but lately he's been doing a bit of, well, he had a bit of a hiatus. He's back with a bit of trucking sim at the moment, ETS and ATS. And
he did farm sim today.
Oh, and he farmed sim today. There we go. And who else is here? We've got DJ, who's normally with us in the competition, but whether or not it's going to happen anymore because he went off and got himself a life, how dare he? So he might not be able to make the streams anymore, which is good. We'll just spend all his, well, sell all the spoils of his competitional work and share it between us. But when I say us, I mean Patrio and myself. Smudo, no, he's too far ahead. We need all the help we can get.
You cheeky bugger.
Yep. And the last one is just my YouTube channel, which is nothing apart from these streams. That's all it is. There's no let's plays or anything else. It's just these streams which I upload about 2 or 3 days after the stream, but I cut them up into 35-minute episodes or thereabouts. So it's just for people with a busy lifestyle. If they only got a time to watch 1 or 2 episodes, it's just a lot easier to do that and then come back and start on the next episode instead of watching a VOD. And on the odd occasion, which does happen, your browser forget where you're up to on the VOD, and then you've got to spend half an hour trying to get that little seek bar to find the exact time out of a 3 or 4 hour stream to where you're up to, which I find a pain in the butt when it happens to me, and I hate it. So yeah, and the other reason of course is if you want to watch past streams and they're no longer available on Twitch as a VOD, Well, that's where you can find it. You can find it on YouTube. Snooze Tube. Which is probably the name I'm going to call it now, because I find absolutely hardly anything on it anymore worth watching.
Yeah, same.
Apart from the people I've just mentioned. I do have those guys, but that's...
Ain't that the truth?
That's the morning done. Not even the morning. But yeah, now all my recommendations, there's nothing on YouTube. I think I've watched everything. And now they're giving me stupid recommendations as well.
Yeah, I get so much of that Amber Heard Johnny Depp crap still. Even though I watched exactly one video about that, which was the announcement of the verdict.
Yeah, but I don't think that... One thing everyone didn't need to watch in that whole situation was the verdict, because it was a foregone conclusion from the very first upload of that court case. Everyone knew what was going to be the answer to that question, guilty or not guilty. Oh yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, I don't actually watch them, but when I do see them on the odd occasion, sometimes I watch people reacting to them. I do like them. I do like them, but I don't go my way.
He's funny.
I don't go on my way to watch them. I more watch, for some reason I watch like really good Call of Duty players like Bams and Kitty and Agony and all that, and Marie Angel and all that, just so I can feel depressed about my Call of Duty gameplay. Which is even worse now, because for some reason my internet is getting really bad, and playing Call of Duty is not ideal, because I'll spend a lot of time shooting people and the game thinks I've missed them. When I haven't, I definitely haven't. In fact, there was the other night, I was point blank range behind a guy, put 2 shots into him and nothing, not even a hit mark or anything. So then I get connection problems, I get failed host lobby errors all the time, and yeah, it's just been getting, last couple of nights it's getting really bad. Connection interrupted is what I get as well. And I had another guy the other night, I was just using an SMG straight at him and there was nothing, no hits.
Okay, I'm going to clip that.
You're buying the invisible vehicle, are you?
Almost. It was there for 2 seconds and then it decided that this planet needed it.
Oh, did it shoot off to the right really quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what did that to me the other day. Remember last week when I bought something and then, when I bought the, what was it, on something on special, was it the Baylor? Yeah, the Baylor. Class Baylor, the Stevie Class Baylor. And it just shot off the screen. And I had to go back and buy it. The one that I was supposed to get for $50,000 and then with the originally been worth $140,000 and I ended up spending $200,000 on it, charging me. Remember that? Yeah, it did the same thing. So you've tasted my gameplay, yeah. Well, you play a lot of it on a high ping as well, Aussie, but I actually find when I play in the morning and there's no one around on the Southern Hemisphere servers, when I end up on American servers and I've got over a 200 millisecond ping and I just annihilate everyone. I can run up to them and they don't even see me. And I don't know if that's because they really can't see me or my name doesn't come up in red, so they don't know if I'm fend or fro.
Well, that's because you're from New Zealand. Nobody takes you serious.
So much better playing on those servers though, less toxic.
You have to be at least Australian to be taken seriously by Americans. They even offer to sponsor Aussies for a green card, you know?
Yeah, on the voice channels on those ones, man, they're so much nicer than the Southern Hemisphere ones and the European ones actually.
Yeah, I don't play Call of Duty, so I only know the memes.
But yeah, I've every time I play with a high ping, I find I do a lot better than playing with a good ping. Oh, a lot better. I mean, admittedly, I've got to actually sit around for a bit to see if after I shot for about 2 seconds to see if it's actually registered a hit. But more often than not, I could actually get a kill a lot easier than I can with the other one. So yeah. The other things I watch is people reacting to TV shows I like, and movies that I like, and that's about it really. Oh, and people reacting to comedy, well, especially Americans reacting to British comedians in British comedy shows. I might swap with you, Patrio. Did you buy that thing?
After trying to work out what the difference between the standard version and the HS version before realizing it's the high-speed version.
I mean, up to you. If you want to swap just for something different to do, and I can click the shore and you can click the whatchamacallit. Crop. I wonder if it's worth it upgrading this harvester as well. Oh, I don't know, because we've got to decide what we're going to do with the fields here today after we finish this.
Right, I was supposed to sell the baler, right?
Yep. Sell the bale, the windrower, and whatever else, tedder, all that.
No, we need the tedder if we don't want to do hay.
No, we're going to do hay in the hay silage.
Oh, in the hay loft, yeah, right.
We just got to buy the land and buy the stuff, so we'll see how much it is. And
where is the shop anyway?
Same place as the normal one.
Ah, down the road, alright.
No, I can't see it get lobby. Oh, you get a lot, because they got that new hack thing, and it's so obvious. Too, it is absolutely obvious, and it's ridiculous. I mean, on Cold War, because you play Modern Warfare, but on Cold War, it's just unbelievable. The hacking. And they always give the same response. It's funny how the people that've got the aimbot and stuff or that new one always say the same thing. Oh, you guys are crap. You got your asses kicked. It's like, well, dude, it doesn't happen, and then all of a sudden in this lobby alone, that happens, and if you're that good, you technically wouldn't be paired with us. You'd be ranked higher, and playing with better players that play a lot better than playing with our rank with the match play. But, you know, they always deny it, even though there's so many. I've figured out the little telltale signs when someone's hacking, and then you get the ones that reverse boost. So, which makes me laugh. I mean, if you're not good enough to play against the people that you've been ranked with, then you need to come back down and make yourself feel really good that way, beating people that you're ranked lower than you. Then you shouldn't be playing the game in the first place.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Either get better or give up. Now, for those who don't know what reverse boosting is what people do, which I've tried it once, I just wanted to know how it worked, but it's quite funny, is you purposely lose about 5 games in a row really badly, So the game thinks you're crap at the game, and they put you with people that are less better than you are, and you just go around and annihilate them. Come on, get me. This is what Stevie gave me. Duck. So talk to him. Tell him you need better stuff for me. We were just talking about you too.